Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the last episode of my ear stretching series, unless I think of something else to make a video about. This is currently the last episode in the series. Today's video is going to be about troubleshooting. What to do if you get a blowout, a tear, bleeding, an infection, all that good, beautiful, yummy stuff we're going to be talking about in this video. So, let's get started. So if you do not know what a blowout is, it is basically when you force a piece of jewelry through your ear when it's not ready, and you end up pushing skin out the back or out the front if you stretch, putting like a taper in through the back of your ear, where you basically just put a piece of jewelry in and it's not, your earlobe isn't ready to stretch, and then skin comes flying out the back. I have not ever experienced any blowouts, any tearing, any infection, and I've experienced none of that. So that's what a blowout is. How you can take care of a blowout is you can downsize your ears. You can also, once you downsize and you let them heal for a few days, you can start doing vitamin E oil massages. You can rub some saline solution if it's a little hot or a little painful. Saline solution will help cool your earlobe down. And then you can also start doing oil massages. Like in my last video, I mentioned a bunch of oils that you can use: vitamin E, jojoba, coconut oil, emu oil, any of those, any natural oil will do the trick. So once you start doing that, it should go away in a few weeks, and then you should let your earlobes heal for the amount of time that it will take. Within a few weeks, your earlobe should be nice and healed if you keep doing that. But I hope if you get a blowout, you've learned a lesson and to take your fucking time. I'm watching you. You can also do sea salt soaks. All you do is you just take about maybe like a spoonful of non-iodized sea salt, and you just put it in, mix it in with some water. Some boiled water is usually preferred from what I've heard. Boiled water, and you just mix it together, and then you can just kind of like dunk if it's big enough, dunk your earlobe in there and just kind of let it sit. Or if you've got smaller ears, you can take it on like a Q-tip and just rub around your jewelry. And that'll also help heal. Sea salt soaks are very highly regarded in the body modification world. Now, if you're stretching your ears and you experience any kind of extreme pain or bleeding, if there is any, you want to take the jewelry out and you want to put the other size that you were at in. You want to downsize. And just let it heal for a few weeks if you experience any bleeding. Once again, basically any of the healing that I'm talking about, sea salt soaks, washing it with saline, oil massages, just basically all that are basically ways that you can treat any of these problems that you're having. So yeah, if you experience any bleeding, you can wash it with saline, sea salt soaks, oil massages, stuff like that. Now, if you experience any tearing, there's slight tearing, and then there's tearing where your ear will just snap in half. Hopefully, snapping in half doesn't happen to you. I have seen it on video, though. It is terrifying. Do not recommend. 10 out of 10, do not recommend watching the video. There's a video of a girl. Her earlobe is like super teeny tiny, maybe at like a 6 gauge maybe. And her earlobe is already like super freaking tiny, like my ear, like in half. Like that's like the size of her earlobe, and she tries to stick a 7/8 of an inch taper into acrylic taper into her tiny little like 6 gauge whatever her ear size is. I don't think she specifies, but it's really freaking tiny, and she tries to stick a 7/8 taper into her ear, and it snaps in half. You can hear the popping. You can hear the popping noise in the video when her earlobe tears. And she must have been on some kind of drugs, because she was so calm when her ear ripped in half. She was like, oh, fuck. I guess I'm gonna have to go get my ear sewn up now. And she was so calm. I was like, whatever drug you are on, I want it. Because I wish to be that calm when something bad happens. It was insane. So, of course, do not skip sizes to avoid any tearing. Do not try to put a giant taper into a small hole and think that it's going to be alright. But 10 out of 10, do not recommend watching. I mean, you can if you want to, but I do not recommend watching it because it made me cringe. I was like grabbing my earlobes like, oh my god. My poor babies! Like, if my ears ripped, I would be so unbelievably sad. One, because I can't afford to get them fixed. And two, I love my ears so much, I don't want to say goodbye to them. So, yeah, 10 out of 10, don't recommend. How many times are you going to say 10 out of 10, don't recommend watching? I'm going to say it again, 10 out of 10, do not recommend watching. 11 out of 10, don't recommend watching. I'm sorry I went off on a little rant there, but if you have any slight tearing, once again, downsize sea salt soaks, saline on like a Q-tip, or just saline just like in your hand and just like rub it around your ear. Also, once again, oil massages. These are all the best things you can do for your little earlobes because it's all so great. So, yeah, I think I mentioned everything. I wanted to make sure to mention that video. I wanted to make sure because that video is such an example of what not to do to your earlobes. So, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you next episode. Next video. There's going to be a next episode unless I think of something else. So, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!